CapeCast. Frankly, Roberta, I'm getting a little nervous because I feel like Cape Cod is being taken over by orange flowers. What's going on here?
Well, what you're looking at is the old-fashioned daylily. This is the straight species that's been used as an ornamental plant for years and years and years and years. I think it probably came over with the colonists. It's been around that long. And it just loves Cape Cod, and you will find it growing in old abandoned homesteads. It seeded itself along sunny roadsides, so you're tending to see it quite a bit right now. The flowers are spectacular.
Now, do people still plant this particular species of daylily?
Well, most people have enough of this. It's sort of ubiquitous on Cape Cod. People still plant lots of daylilies. It's a very, very popular perennial for the garden, but they're going with the more modern cultivars.
Now, when you say modern, does that mean at one point this was the only kind of daylily you could get?
Yeah, absolutely. This was the daylily going back to ancient times in China. This was grown both for food and medicine and for its beauty.
Wait a second. You said food? You can eat that flower?
Well, you can eat the flower, you can eat the tuber, you could probably eat the leaves. All parts of the plant are edible.
And people use it in cuisine, or the Chinese, for instance?
Well, the Chinese, if you've ever had hot and sour soup, you've probably had the flower buds of a daylily.
Folks, ever since I learned that daylilies are edible, eating's been easy. Every lunchtime, I just pull out one of these tasty, delicious flowers, put on my special CapeCast napkin, and eat free and easy. Hey, these are pretty good. Tender. Slightly floury. Could be good in a salad. Delicious.
Now, Roberta, this seems to be a fabulous season, growing season for these orange daylilies. Are they early, and is it in general early growing season for things around Cape Cod?
I'm hazarding that most plants are a minimum of 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Some plants are a month ahead of schedule. It's been an incredible growing season. We had a warm April. We had a warm May. We've had a warm June. Contrast this with last year when it rained and never got out of the 50s and 60s, and it's just been a wonderful season. Hydrangeas, full bloom late June. You never see that on Cape Cod, but you do this year.
And getting back to the idea that these are sort of the old school daylily, does that mean some of them could have been planted 100 years ago by someone moving into a farm here on Cape Cod, and here they are echoing through time?
Oh, absolutely. If you do some research on it, you'll see that they were extremely popular at the turn of the last century and started being planted with great regularity. And then in the early 1920s, a gentleman by the name of A.B. Stout started playing around with them and hybridizing them, and from his work has developed all the more modern hybrids of daylilies. Now they come in colors from white and yellow and peach and pink and raspberry and red, just a whole rainbow of beautiful colors. No blues, but almost all the other colors.
So these are the old school orange original daylilies that got the whole thing going, and we're seeing like sort of messages from gardeners of yore on Cape Cod that have just grown and taken over the world.
Absolutely, and they're still here, and they're one of the first perennials to bloom in early summer, and they are just so cheerful, beautiful color.
CapeCast.